Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be going over Chainsaw Man playset pricing because I saw out on Facebook a very curious post. It said, all right, where are those $150 Chainsaw Man playsets at? Hit me up. One person wrote, give it a month. Another wrote, you're going to be waiting until the restriction bans come into effect. Another wrote, after restock, they will drop. Right now, everyone is sold out. That is very telling for everybody because let's just take a look here. Chainsaw Man came out on February 16th, 2024, Booster Box Trial Deck. What we're taking a look at is what is going on with these playable cards. They are very expensive at this point. People hoping for low play sets. I don't think you're going to be seeing 150. What I see here is a very expensive Makima. You can see her currently sitting at $16.98. There are 12 sellers. After you get through a couple of these sellers right here, what you're going to be seeing is $20 price points. It did actually hit $20, over $20 at one point, but because more people kept opening them, right, they started dropping back down. Now, what you're going to see here in this video is this. You're going to see playset pricing, and I pulled off all the different prices for each one of them. I literally typed them all in here. The big numbers are what you're going to want to be looking at. It's your play sets, and where I actually get these numbers from is just taking it off right from the front screen. If you want a more accurate number, you could throw 4 of each card into your cart and just get it that way, but this is how I did it. So you can see right away, the big problem is that Makima. I mean, you have Aki and Himeno, that's also a problem too, but 129.16 is your double rare playset. I included rares, uncommons, climax rares, and climax commons. Overall, what you're going to see is $218. That's where you sit at currently for a playset if you were to purchase it off of TCGPLAYER. Again, there's a bunch of factors that come into that, like shipping, taxes. So your mileage may vary on that one, but I will take the time right now to say F you collectors, because this is all your fault. Actually, it isn't. I mean, I just think that's funny when I hear that, which I've been hearing it a lot lately because, right, investors, collectors opening this up, flipping this, flipping base rarity cards brings the prices down. But what happens when there's not that many of those people and there's cards that are needed? This happens. This happens right here. Welcome back to the days where playsets could possibly be more expensive. I talked about this on the past 2 videos I did for Chainsaw Man. When I included those prices, remember, I did not say PR cards. So if you wanted PR cards, you gotta add them in yourself. If you want trial deck, you gotta add that in. You either buy 2 trial decks or you just hope that the person throws it in. So I'm thinking play sets 200. If you get lucky, 200 with a trial deck, or 225 is generally what I see. But 150, that seems way too low. And I think to myself, when I was reading those comments, someone wrote about wait a month. What am I waiting for? Are there people out there that have not received product yet? I don't know. That's an actual question. If there is some, then cool. Then maybe this price goes down. The Makima is your biggest problem, right? So hopefully that comes down. If not, then we're gonna be sitting at these prices for quite a while. Then there's the other part about a restock. Now, I remember hearing restock as in there's been times in the past where Bushiroad has printed extra of a set and then distributors were able to pass that back out, or some people didn't take delivery of the product, I guess. So maybe that is going to happen. I'm not sure, but when I think about this, if those 2 things don't happen, then now we're looking at a reprint. And when I think reprint, I think Azure Lane, which is currently sitting at $139.95, or you have booster box cases at $2,100. Now, you're wondering, yes, there were people that actually bought it at $2,100. So I mean, you could just see it right here, 21, 21, 1750, 1750, 1750. It's nuts. I mean, the fact that Weiss Schwarz, if they're looking for money, it's literally right here. So my whole thought process on a reprint, if you're gonna reprint anything, you'd probably reprint this thing first. We don't see this one. I Maybe you see Chainsaw Man. I don't know. The interesting part about Chainsaw Man and Azure Lane is literally they have the same amount of listings. I didn't count the amount of booster boxes, but take a look here. You have 2 listings of booster box cases and then 10 listings of booster boxes. Now, it's just more fun as just kind of like a coincidence kind of standpoint for me. But there you go. You have 2 listings and then you have your booster boxes, which currently sit at roughly $66, a little under $67, but it's expensive nonetheless. And you can see it. It's not going to take too many before this whole empire crumbles because we're at $70, $80. Oh, someone already went for the $170. We're already there at the very, very bottom. So planning for the future. But when you think about reprints, and this is what I want you to truly think about. When I talk about collectors, investors like that, or players, how many people are willing to actually purchase into this reprint and open it? That's where I'm going with this, right? We know there's big cards, right? If you see on my screen, this is your Chainsaw Man rarity. You have First Taste Makima. I know on TCG Player it says 1973. Realistically, been selling for $1,500, $1,600. If it's any more or less, I may have missed it, but definitely on TCG Player, not selling at 1973. The Denji on the right, the other Chainsaw Man rarity, 725. It definitely was not selling for that amount. If you decide to go and buy it at that price, go ahead and use my TCG player link, which you can find down below or right here. Just type that in. I use all of the proceeds there to fund my giveaways. So go ahead and use that, but don't do it. Don't use the link, but don't buy this Denji off TCG player. There are other places you could buy it for way, way cheaper. Okay? When you think about this, your SPs, right? And my whole point of this is reprint EV because we know that there's only a certain amount of buyers for SPs or Chainsaw Man rarities, triple rares, super rares, and even playable cards. And when a reprint comes out, you know what? There's going to be a smaller pool of people because obviously there's people that got it on the first run. And if you take a look at this, think again, EV of the SPs. I'm just going to show you these at the bottom. You got Samurai Sword, $60, no sales. Kishibe, $58.98, no sales. Denji, $90, no sales. You have Pochita for $67. There were sales because, you know, Pochita's awesome. You got Aki over here. That sale is in the $60 range, even though it currently sits at 103. It's sold for 60. Then you have Kobeni, Power, and Himeno, which, by the way, I'm just going to take a second right here. Those cards are really awesome. These are the 3 that I wanted from the set, and voila! Aren't they pretty? They are. I love them. These are the 3 I wanted. I got them. I got a little buzz right there, but yeah, really nice. I love these. So just take a moment there, appreciate some cards. But again, like think about that EV of a reprint. Because you could say, well, they could sell playsets, but again, how much are those playsets going to be when Makima is the biggest one? And if there's a reprint and people were to open it. Now then you go, okay, well there's OFRs. Well, yeah, there are OFRs. The big one is going to be from your trial deck. Not your booster box. This is your trial deck Pochita with Denji. Then you look off here to the right. We got $11.69. We got $17. By the way, these were pretty crazy. I remember when these were released. If you take a look at this Makima, and this is no joke, sitting $11.69. Look at the price it originally sold at. $50.36. And I'm not even going to say originally, right? Like if I just go down here, this thing says on February 22nd, it sold for $50.36. I remember they were like crazy high, and I'm like, these prices are insane. I wouldn't buy it. But again, if you're going to buy it, use my link. Some of these are just really bad, and hopefully whoever bought these just doesn't care about money, right? They're like, whatever, I'm crypto rich. I don't have to care about the prices because like this Hamano 44.91 currently sits at 17.99. That just feels bad for me. Like if I were to buy that, I'd be really sad. And then you're like, okay, screw the OFRs, right? We get SRs inside of this. You got this Aki for 1801, but then you scroll down, you get 870, 4, 3, 1, 4, 2. Not so good. And then we got triple rares, right? We got triple rares. We need this for the meta deck. We got we got two climaxes here that people are gonna want, and that thing sold for 20. I remember that clear as day. $20 for this Resolute Unsheathing, currently sitting at 750. Secret Alliance 949. So I think about it and I hear people say reprint, but again, to have a reprint, you need people to actually open this. And yeah, you could sell play sets, but how much are you going to sell it for? 200 each, that's 400. Then you have to make it up from the SPs. Yeah, you hit that Makima, you're very happy. You hit some of these other SPs, that'd be kind of a downer. So I guess it really depends on how much you could get that case price at. And that's the big dilemma with reprints, right? They're scary. That's why there are some sellers out there that will not ever get into a reprint. And that goes for any game because they know this inherently. Right? Even though that this may be hot, I mean, unless it's like One Piece or something like that, but even though it's hot, you do take a risk of buying into a reprint because if they reprint too many or there's just the price overall is still too high, you may be ending up holding this for quite a while. And that's where I find myself thinking about all of this. Where are we going to end up with this again? Um, I I don't like reprints in terms of investing in them unless you just don't own it and you want to hold it for the future. But if you're gonna like turn around and flip it, it's a scary thought, I would think, just for all the reasons I listed. But again, going back to the beginning, 150 play sets. I don't think you see it anytime soon unless there is a hole somewhere and someone's going to break out a whole bunch of product. But we shall see what the cards lay ahead for us. Again, where the hell's the freaking Azure Lane reprint? Huh? Where is it? Where is it? Here it is. 139. This I just want to say this is crazy. This is insane for a company that wants to make money and sell cards. Why is it not here? Anyways, I will catch you all later. As always, have fun, be happy, and don't spend anything outside of your budget. Have a good one.